If you're fast enough and if your database is extensive, you can predict the future.
Since 1966, we've won 182 Grand Prix, and that's not something you do by accident. It's something that requires the whole company to be focused on winning, a company that's dedicated and passionate about Formula One.
It's really important that we make sure that every individual in this team feels like they make a difference, and they do. You know, one person makes a mistake in the machine shop, that's the end of our race. So everything has to go perfectly in Formula One. It's such a competitive sport that every individual in this factory needs to do close to perfect.
No driver could win a race or a world championship without a great team behind them. The engineers are looking at all of the suspension of the car, the aerodynamicists will look at the pressures and the loads from the downforce. The engine guys are looking at all the sensors that are related to the engine to make sure that's working exactly how it should be.
We're a lot more reliant on data now because we can't do as much track work. We used to spend more time at the track testing than racing. We would do twice the mileage in testing than racing. That doesn't exist anymore. So now we're in the virtual world and we need to improve our models. So we need to understand every aspect of the car better. And that's why we have a higher level of instrumentation and a lot more data analysis.
Either myself or the other test driver, Oliver Turvey, one of us normally goes to the circuit as the reserve driver, the other one is back here at MTC. We will be there once they start running, watching the TV, watching all the data coming from the cars. When we lose the data, we overlay the data from track to simulator to make sure all the steering angles, all the traces look exactly the same. We'll spend probably four or 5 hours running through tens of different setups on the cars, trying to improve the car overnight.
We have a team of 3 strategists who are in the operations room here, and they're the ones who ultimately say, okay, we need to stop on this lap. It still has to go to us at trackside because ultimately we're the ones that tell the driver, control the pit stop crew, but they say, okay, we should stop this lap, and in the heat of the moment, unless we have any doubts, we'll go with their recommendations.
At the end of the day, in a Grand Prix, the big decisions that get made are human decisions. They're made by someone senior on the pit wall who has experience and who knows instinctively what's going to work and what isn't going to work. What informs those decisions is the data.
During the race, we were running real-time race simulations in very powerful computers here at MTC. The decisions really about strategy are made here. They're communicated to us on the pit wall. We action them. If they go well, we try and take the credit for it.
The team are telling me the whole time over the radio, because we have the information of how hot the tyres are, the degradation of the tyres, how much fuel I'm using, whether I need to back off in certain corners to save the tyres or save fuel. It's very important to have that good rapport with your engineer and good understanding between you two.
For the production of our road cars, of course, we had a lot of experience of using all the various analytical tools that were available to us in Formula One, and we were able to transfer those. In the case of the 12C and subsequently the P1, it was just an outstanding development program where we never really hit any real problems, and that was all because of the application of good data and good development tools.
We at McLaren are a data-driven company, but we use that data to design cars that are more efficient, that are stronger, lighter, faster. Literally 24/7 there is a McLaren car being driven on either durability cycles or development programs in the Arctic Circle, in the Middle East, in Bahrain, in the desert, on racetracks around the world. Yeah, the clock never stops. That massive effort from all of those people in this building, on test tracks and test facilities all around the world, everything is driven, I suppose you could say, just to achieve that perfect lap.